So today I will be solving some word problems from the chapter AP, where we'll be using the formula that we derived in the last video, that is the nth term of an AP an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, where your a is the first term of the AP and d is the common difference. Which is obtained in this way, a2 minus a1. So this formula will be used in solving this kind of questions. So now let us focus on the question. Find the missing terms in the AP. That is, there are 4 terms in the AP, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the first term is missing and the third term is missing. So you have to find the first term and third term. And what are given? The second term and the fourth term are given. So let us write given. The second term is 13 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth term is 3. This is given to us, and to find, this is the first term and third term. So this is the question we have defined. So now what are given? These 2 things are given to us, this one and this one. So we'll be using this formula. So a2, that is n is equal to 2. So what will be a2 by this formula? Will be a plus n minus 1d. N is here 2, so it is 2 minus 1 into d is 13, or a plus d is equal to 30. We got the first equation. Now similarly, using this formula, we can also get an equation from this a4. So what is a4? a4 is your, by this formula, a plus n is your 4 now. So 4 minus 1 d is 3. This is a4 by this formula is 3. Or a plus 3d is equal to 3. So I got the second equation. So you see, from these 2 which are given to us, we have got 2 linear equations in 2 variables, 1 and 2. That is, the variables are a and d. So these are the 2 linear equations in 2 variables, a and d. So we will be able to solve them, a pair of linear equations 1 and 2. We know how to solve them. And if I can solve the values for a and d, then we can easily find the remaining terms. We know in an AP, any AP is characterized by its first term and the common difference. So if I know the first term and the common difference of an AP, we know all the terms of the AP by this formula. Because if I know A, I know D, so putting different values of n, I will be getting all the different values for the terms. So that is the idea. That is, I will solve for A and D from this pair of linear equations in A and D. And you know how to solve this with the very simple equations, unlike difficult questions that you have come across in the pair of linear equation chapter. So as you see, we will be using method of elimination, because here is A, there is also A. So if I subtract one from the other, this A will be eliminated. So we subtract equation 1 from equation 2. So equation 1 in the left hand side, kya hai? What is this? A plus 3d, and we subtract the left hand side of 1, minus a minus d, and so it is 3. Right hand side also getting subtracted, 3 minus 13. That we have subtracted. Equation 1 from 2. So 2 minus 1 is this. So A getting cancelled, or twice D is equal to minus 10. which gives you the value of d to be minus 5. So I got this value. Now I have to put this value of d in say equation 1. So from equation 1 I can write a plus d, equation 1, a plus d is your minus 5 is equal to 13, or a will be equal to, this will go to the other side, so this minus 5 will become plus, yeah, so it will become 13 plus 5, 18. So I got this value also. So to find what, a, that already I got, and a3, so now I have to find a3. So what will be a3 now? Now a3, using the same formula, n is now 3, so a3 is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and okay, d. So a value is 18 plus 2, and what was d was minus 5 into minus 5. So this will give you 18 minus 10, so 8. So this is 8, that means this is the first, this was first term, so here I can fill in the blanks with what was a was 18, so this is 18, and the third term a3 came out to be 8. So these are the answers. Okay, now as you see the d was negative minus 5, so the terms are decreasing. Next question that I have taken, which term of the AP, so this is the AP, will be 132 more than its 54th term. Okay, so here again, so we will take that term which we have to find, that it will be the nth term. So let the required term be an. An means nth term, which you are asked to find. Then according to the question, which term of these will be 132 more than this? That means this term will be 132 more than this. So according to the question, this term will be 132 more than the 54th term. 54th term is A54. So this is the statement, is not it? So that's why which term will be this much, so that we take to be n, just like is now variable, n is now variable here. So okay, so this will be the question. So this term is 132 more than A54. Now we rewrite it again in this way. Or okay, no problem. Now we will be using the formula now. So what is the formula for an? An is your a plus n minus 1 into d. So that will be 132 plus, now here n is 54, so using this same formula, a plus n is your 54, so 54 minus 1 into d. We write this formula. N is directly written here and this is being written using the same formula only. So what happens if I write in this way, this a getting cancelled. So we can write in this way, or n minus 1 into d is equal to 132 plus 53 into d. Now the value of d is known from us. What is d from the given AP? Let me write, d is equal to a2 minus a1. So this is a2 is 15, so is equal to 15 minus a1 is 3, so it is 12. So I know the value of d, so I can put the value now. So n minus 1 into d, sorry, d is your 12, I will be putting the value of d now. So n minus 1 into d means, or I can do one thing, I will bring to this side, this will be better. Okay, after that I will put the value. So it is minus 53, when I transpose 53d to the same side, so it is 132. Now you take d common, so n minus 1 minus 53 into D, sorry, we have taken common, so it is 132. Now let me put the value of D. D is 12, or 12 into n minus 54 is 132. And this is a very familiar number, 132. We know 132. What is 132? 132 is equal to 12 into 11. Product of these two consecutive numbers. So if you are a bit familiar with the numbers, it is very easy, and your time will be set. So it will be 11. So or n minus 54 is equal to 11, or n is equal to 54 plus 11, that is 65. So the answer, which term of the AP, that means the answer is the 65th. Answer will be, the required term is the 65th term. That is the answer. So you see, when I solve a question, first you visualize the situation, and when I have written the equation according to the question, so before simplifying, I think about what to do. I don't put the values of A, because I know this A will be getting cancelled, because the value of A is 3. But what's the use? In this way we can do our simplification. These simplification skills have been shown, where your work becomes very neat, and it is precise. It takes less time and less calculation, so less chance of silly mistakes. Okay. So next question, a different type of question. How many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? So 3-digit numbers starts from minimum is 100 and maximum is 999. So this is the range of 3-digit numbers. Now we have to find out how many 3-digit numbers which are divisible by 7. So what is the first number that is divisible by 7? It has to be more than 100. So we know 7 into 15 is 105. So the first number will be 105. The next number that you have to add by 7, when a number is divisible by 7, that means you go on adding. In this way, you will be having these things. 105 plus 2 into 7. In this way, it will go. And what will be the last number? It has to be less than 999. So what you do, how we can find it out? We divide this 999 by 7, and we go the division. Whatever the remainder will be left, that we subtract from 999. So if I do the division, we will find the remainder comes out to, you can do the division yourself, and you will find that the remainder is 5. You go by 1, you know, 7 1 is 7. It is 29, 4 7, 28. In this way it will go. I'm doing it, and then it is 19. It will go down, then 7 to the 14. So you see, 5 is the remainder. So that means I have to subtract this remainder from this number, then that number will be divisible by 7. So 999 minus 5 is 994. So this is the last number, 994. So this we find. So now we know the first number, that is our A. First 3-digit number which is divisible by 7 is these, and the last 3-digit number which is divisible by 7 is your 994. That is, sometimes the last number we write as L, or sometimes we write this to be the AN. That is, if I consider this to be the nth term, because I don't know how many numbers are there that are asked to find. So we take, let there be n such numbers. So let me write, let how many 3-digit numbers. So let there are n numbers, n 3-digit numbers, n such numbers which are divisible by 7. Okay. So obviously this will be your AN. So AN is your 994. And what will be D, common difference? Obviously 7, since it is divisible by 7 means common difference is 7. As you see, it is increasing by 7 steps. So I know these things. So what you have to find? You have to find this n. Let me write it down properly. Okay. So let there are n numbers, n 3-digit number I should write. Let there are n 3-digit numbers which are divisible by 7. So we have to find what is n. That is the question. So obviously we will be using the formula. We know an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. This formula. So what is an is 994. You write 994, and what is a is 105 plus n minus 1 into 7. It is 7. So I'll take transpose this to this side. So it will become how much? In this way we will be doing the solutions. We will be doing. So when you subtract, it will be 89. I think it will be n minus 1 into 7. So after that I'll divide both sides by 7. So if we divide it by 7, it will become here say 127. 127. So if I cancel this, it will be 127. So 127 is n minus 1. Therefore n is equal to 127 plus 1, or is a 128. So this is the answer. So there are 128 3-digit numbers which are divisible by 7. Okay. So the next question is again another different type, totally different type of question. Find the 20th term from the last term of the AP. This is the AP given. So that means you have to find the 20th term from this last. That is, this will be your first term, then second. In this way you have to reach somewhere here. That is this one, then this one will be 2 in this way. This is your 20th term. If this is the first term, that is you have to move in this way. That is the question. You have to find the 20th term from the last term of the AP. Now you see the formula that we use, that is an for the nth term. An is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. That is, if I know the value of a and d, I can find the value of any term as long as this a is from this in this way. So since it is from the last, so we cannot use this formula. So what can we do? If I reverse the order of the AP, then this will become the first term and this will become the last term. That we can do. So what we do? Reversing the order of the AP, we get another AP, that is reverse order AP. This will be the first term, 253. Then I don't know what is the next term because it's not given. Move in this way. Then it will come 13. Next it will come 8, and this first term will be now the last term. So this is the new AP with reversed order. Now 20th term from the last will be same as 20th term from the beginning of this reversed AP. So now I can use this formula. So that's why whenever you have to find the certain term from the last or from the end, we have to reverse the order of the AP. Then we proceed with the same way with this using this formula. So now our A will be, therefore A is our 253. I have to know A and D. And what will be D? Now since there is no such term, so I can look for this. So this term minus this term. Because I know an minus 1 is also D. So this is your last term. So this is your 3 minus 8. This is this is an minus 1. So this is your minus 5. Or you see, the D for this, common difference for this term was 8 minus 3 plus 5. So when I reverse the order, obviously it will be minus of that. So minus of 5 is in that way, simple. So now I can find, therefore, the required term Whenever I write required term means what is asked to find in the question. So the whenever I required term means the 20th term from the last term, that is same as 20th term from the beginning of this AP. So that is equal to A20 for this AP. So I can write using the formula. A20 will be using this formula A plus 20 minus 1 into D. So the required term is your, this is your 20. So A is your 253 plus 19 into minus 5. D is your, this D is your minus 5. So it is 253 minus 19, 5 is 95. So it is coming out to be 8, 5, 158 is the answer. So 158 is the, this is actually 158 here, and from the same position it is also 158 from beginning. So it is 20th term. So this is the idea how to get find the terms from, we have to find from the last term. We reverse the order and then we, as usual, using this same formula we can use. So this is very important. This formula can be used as long as this A is the first term, means this from the beginning. That's why you have to reverse the order. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.